the 1990s, if you managed to get a highway concession, you had it made. Highway companies were considered among corporate Malaysia's heavy hitters, along with first-generation power plant concessionaires and telecom spectrum owners and operators. Fast forward more than 2 decades, and the appetite for highway assets appears vastly different.
It seems like nowadays there have been a couple of projects or highway assets that are going to be put up for sale, whether the shareholders themselves wanted to get out of it, or the highway companies or the concessionaires are in some kind of trouble. So there are 2 highway groups that we sort of know that it is up in the market. So one of it is Prolintas, Project Lintasan Kota Sdn Bhd, and the other is Maju Expressway. So Prolintas Group owns 2 of the latest elevated highways in Klang Valley. One is Sungai Besi Ulu Klang Expressway or SUK, and the other is Dash, the Masara Shah Alam Highway. So of course these are relatively new, so they are still maturing, traffic are still growing and all that. And Prolintas also owns Prolintas Infra Business Trust. But what we heard is that Pemuda Nasional Berhad wanted to look at either selling outright their stake in Prolintas Group or actually looking for a partner. We actually asked PNB on this, and that's what they told us. So it's like, yes, we are looking at possible divest of our stake, but we are still looking at several options.
While the business case for selling Prolintas is fairly straightforward, the same cannot be said for the Maju Expressway Extension Project or MEX2, which still to this date remains incomplete. Tan Sri Abu Said Mohammed, the patriarch of the Maju Group, had the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission raid his residence and seize his assets, with allegations that funds from the bond issuance for it were diverted for purposes other than the project's completion.
The receivers and managers will have to look at the what is the best option to recoup the creditors' money, because at the end of the day the receivers and managers are appointed by the creditors, not the shareholders of the companies. So the creditors would want to sell Maju Expressway too, but it doesn't make sense for them for Maju Expressway to just sell the second extension, because of the fact that the traffic to Maju Expressway 2 are largely traffic from Maju Expressway 1, right? And Maju Expressway 1 is a good asset, it is a very good link, and that will be the major. Without Maju Expressway 1, then Maju Expressway 2 is like, it doesn't have enough traffic to feed into its tolls.
At the current moment, there remain several question marks over the fate of Malaysia's highways. But in the days since the story came out, Prolintas' future at least seems a little clearer.
So IJM has already confirmed that they are one of the bidders for Prolintas. We broke the story that IJM is one of the bidders, and alongside AFA Prime Berhad. AFA Prime is a company controlled by the former MTD Group leader or head, Tan Sri Azmil Khalili Khalid. AFA Prime right now is the concessionaire for the KL Karak Highway, as well as the Lebuh Raya Pantai Timur Phase 1. In light of the news that IJM is bidding for Prolintas, which is owned by Pemuda Nasional Berhad, Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim has already come up and say that whatever decisions that PNB would want to take, it has to look at the Bhumiputra interests and Bhumiputra agenda of its assets. And I don't know, we don't know at this stage what would be the outcome is, because it's not like the Prime Minister said that you can't sell it to IJM. because IGM is a listed company anyway, and it has Putra shareholders and all that. But the fact that AFA Prime is also considered one of the bidders for Prolintas, so that is a very interesting in development for Prolintas. Or PNB might not even sell, because at the end of the day, Prolintas is a good asset.